Hi guys, welcome to Series 1, Episode 1. In this episode we're going to start off the craft beer saga with Galway Bay Brewery. Today we're going to start with the Galway Bay Brewery Lux Raspberry Sour. Okay. So first, a little bit about Galway Bay Brewery. They began as a pub. They started out their small with a microbrewery in their pub, the Oslo, in Salt Hill, back in 2009. And from there, the empire just expanded and grew larger and larger. Now, Galway Bay Brewery is available from most off licenses, but I get my craft beers from craftcentral.ie. A website that a friend of mine led me on to. They do a lot of limited editions and seasonal releases from Galway Bay Brewery, of which the Lux Raspberry Sour is one. So first of all, we're going to just take a little look-see at the can. When making a craft beer can, it's very important that you grab the eyes of the buyer. This does that perfectly. Nice contrast between the reds and whites, which is very nice, you know. So let's get right in about it. And okay, gotta have a to a glass. All right, so let's see what we got here. Ooh, straight away I can smell that lovely raspberryness straight away. Alright, so, okay, so first off, nice densely compacted bubbles on the top, slightly looser bubbles up above that, but we'll forgive that. Kind of had a high pour on it, so that's quite heavily my fault. On first note, this is a very attractive looking beer, kind of reddy, crimson-y colours. Really kind of how to put this? Really, indicative of what's in the beer, which would be raspberries, obviously. So let's have a little sniff. Oh wow, okay, so straight away you actually do get a lot of, like, raspberry is very evident. There's a slight kind of citrusy note there, possibly lemon. We'll identify more about that when we have a little taste, but what we're going to do is just going to take a look and see what the brewery has to say about this particular beer. So on the can, Lux Raspberry is the first of our fruited sour beers for this year. Pilsner wheat and spelt malt make up the base for this beautifully tart and fruity beer. Perfect lemon tartness. Okay, so the citrus smell was lemon. Perfect lemon tartness with a super bright expression of raspberries, as I just found on the nose. Now we just need the sun to shine. Drink fresh. Okay, so produced in Ireland, very nice. So this beer is vegan friendly. Okay, that's good to know. So its main ingredients are water, barley, wheat, hops, and yeast, and raspberry. So the lemon is kind of just I suppose, a byproduct. The lemon taste and smell, I assume. It's 5%. So, all right, let's get into it. Okay, I actually like that. It's really nice. So there's a thing called the Cicerone method for kind of judging craft beers, and it was brought about to kind of standardize the serving of craft beers kind of worldwide, kind of like standardization. And there's a few notes that you need to take into account when judging a craft beer. And they would be kind of, you need to agitate it because that will release the aromas. And then you do a distance sniff, so the raspberry makes it up to me here, and a little bit of the citrus, not as intense as closeness. So then you have so then to stimulate the olfactory senses, the olfactory nerves in the front of the nose, you do what's known as the bloodhound technique. So obviously bloodhounds, 3 quick sniffs, and with each sniff that re-stimulates the nerves, and you get a more intense smell. So raspberry, it's very raspberry forward in that, with using that technique. The distance sniff though kind of brought about the lemon. So now you got the long sniff. So you dive right in, and that is that one allows you to get the more subtle notes of the beer. So kind of the bitterness of the hops and the malt, they kind of creep on you with that sniff. So, and then kind of you do a covered sniff. So cover it over, so that way you're trapping everything that gets released when you swirl it this time. And okay, so again, the raspberry disappears fairly quickly. Lemon comes next, again very quickly gone away, and I'm left with kind of a, it's like hops, but it's a little bit more bitter. So it's a interesting one. And now here's the most crucial part, which I kind of skipped ahead of there a little while ago. So when you're tasting a craft beer, the saying is, coat your tongue, don't float your tongue. So just enough to kind of trigger the sections of the tongue, the bitter, the sweet, the salty, the sour, the umami, and kind of then you can also breathe out whilst it's on your tongue, because that'll stimulate the nerves in the back of the nose. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, it's really interesting. Given a chance, the lemon really shines through on that one, so that is something to take note of. All around, as far as sour beers go, this is actually really nice. And if Galway, they said first of our fruited sour beers for this year. Okay, so more sour beers to look forward to. That's good. I like that. So, I mean, ultimate verdict, would I buy it? Yes, absolutely. That is fantastic. I could drink that. I could drink that on a night out. It's very, very nice. Would I recommend it to my friends? Absolutely. I suppose the only issue I have is that when you drink it, the raspberry goes very quickly, the lemon goes very quickly, just like with the deeper sniffs. They're gone very quickly, and it leaves kind of this bitter, malty taste as an aftertaste. So the raspberry could extend onwards a little bit, but I'll not hold that against them. I would definitely buy this and recommend this. So yeah, that was the Lux Raspberry Sour. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button down below, just right there. Much appreciated. And go out and find yourself some of this raspberry sour beer. Really tasty. Cheers.